If you're over 60, your body is starving, not for calories, but for omega-3s. These fats fuel your brain, protect your heart, and fight the inflammation that's silently aging you. But here's the shocking truth. Over 80% of seniors are dangerously deficient. And when omega-3 levels drop, things fall apart fast. Memory crashes, blood pressure rises, joints swell, heart risk skyrockets, even vision loss accelerates. Most seniors think they're safe because they eat fish. But 99% don't realize that many popular seafoods contain almost zero real omega-3s. Some are so processed, they trigger inflammation instead of stopping it. Others are full of omega-6 fats that cancel out any benefits of the right seafood. A clinical trial showed it could raise DHA levels by 52% and improve memory scores in seniors by 14% in just 3 months. No pills, no powders, just the right fish. In this video, you'll discover the 4 best omega-3 seafoods for seniors and the 4 that do absolutely nothing, so you can stop wasting time and start protecting your body. The information in this video is backed by real science. We've spent hours digging through peer-reviewed research, and every single reference is linked in the description below. Before we dive in, drop a comment. What fish do you eat most often? Let's start with a tiny fish delivering massive results. Number 4. Best omega-3 seafood: sardines. Sardines are one of the most underrated superfoods in the ocean. Most people skip them because of the smell or the bones, but if you're over 60 and care about your heart, brain, or joints, this is your ticket. One 100-gram serving of sardines packed in olive oil gives you over 1,400 milligrams of EPA and DHA, which is more than the entire daily recommended dose for seniors. These aren't generic fats. EPA reduces inflammation throughout the body, especially in the cardiovascular system. DHA protects the brain, strengthens neural connections, and improves memory retention. A clinical study published in Nutrients found that sardine consumption raised blood omega-3 levels by 32% in just 12 weeks and lowered triglycerides by 15%, both of which are critical markers for senior health. And because sardines are small and low on the food chain, they contain almost no mercury, unlike tuna or swordfish, which can damage the nervous system if eaten regularly. Sardines also offer bonuses that other fish don't. They're rich in calcium, vitamin D, B12, selenium, and even trace amounts of coenzyme Q10, all essential for aging bodies. They're shelf-stable, affordable, and require no cooking. Just open the can, add lemon, mash them into avocado toast, or toss them into salad. Want something warmer? Grill them lightly with olive oil and herbs. You don't even need to debone them. The bones are soft, edible, and packed with calcium. But one key thing: always choose sardines packed in olive oil, not soybean or sunflower oil. Those omega-6 oils fight against the omega-3s you're trying to absorb and trigger inflammation. If you can get past the smell and texture, sardines offer more omega-3 power per gram than almost any other seafood. Now let's move up the list to a seafood most people actually love, but few realize is this nutritious. Number 3. Best omega-3 seafood: mackerel. Mackerel is rich, oily, and packed with some of the highest omega-3 levels in the seafood world. And it's not just a fish for fancy dishes or sushi rolls. It's a clinical powerhouse for aging bodies. A single 100-gram serving of Atlantic mackerel delivers around 2,500 milligrams of EPA and DHA, nearly double the recommended daily amount. That means one serving can flood your cells with protective fats fast. EPA fights off inflammation that stiffens your joints and clogs your arteries. DHA nourishes your brain and keeps memory sharp. And seniors who regularly consume oily fish like mackerel have shown significantly slower cognitive decline. One study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 1,200 seniors over age 65. Those who ate oily fish 3 times per week had a 25% lower risk of cognitive decline over 5 years. That's not marketing. That's science. Mackerel also contains coenzyme Q10, a nutrient that supports energy production in the heart. It's loaded with vitamin D and selenium, both of which are linked to lower rates of osteoporosis and immune dysfunction in older adults. Plus, it contains more complete protein than tilapia, making it excellent for maintaining muscle mass after 60. Here's the catch. Not all mackerel is created equal. King mackerel is high in mercury and should be avoided by seniors. The type you want is Atlantic mackerel or Norwegian mackerel. These are smaller, cleaner fish with safer mercury levels. They're often available canned or smoked, but the best way to prepare them is grilled or pan-seared with lemon juice and fresh herbs. Avoid frying. It breaks down those fragile omega-3 fats. A splash of apple cider vinegar or a mustard marinade can cut through the oiliness while preserving the benefits. And since mackerel is so rich, you don't need a large portion to feel full. Once or twice a week is plenty to maintain high omega-3 levels. Most people overlook mackerel because it's not as trendy as salmon. But in terms of omega-3 density, it's one of the most potent foods a senior can eat. And now we're heading into the top 2. The omega-3 champions backed by serious data and incredible results. Number 2. Best omega-3 seafood, wild-caught salmon. There's a reason doctors always recommend salmon. It's not hype, it's data. Wild-caught salmon is one of the richest natural sources of EPA and DHA available. A single 6-ounce fillet provides roughly 2,000 milligrams of combined omega-3s, along with astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant that protects those fats from breaking down inside your body. And these nutrients don't just float around, they work. A randomized controlled trial published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology found that seniors who consumed wild salmon twice a week improved their omega-3 index by 41% and reduced triglycerides by 17% in just 8 weeks. Their blood pressure dropped, their energy improved, and inflammatory markers were significantly lower. But salmon goes even further. Its unique nutrient combo also boosts serotonin production. That means better sleep and mood stabilization, both of which decline with age. The vitamin D and B12 found in salmon help regulate bone density and reduce risk of depression. It also supports your immune system, which gets weaker as you age. And let's not forget protein. One serving gives you over 30 grams of clean protein, ideal for preserving lean muscle mass and preventing age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. The key to maximizing salmon's benefits is choosing wild-caught. Farmed salmon may look the same, but it's not. It contains fewer omega-3s and more omega-6 fats, which create inflammation. It's also often dyed pink with synthetic additives and may contain contaminants like PCBs, industrial chemicals that can harm the liver and nervous system. Always check the label. If it doesn't say wild, it's farmed. When preparing salmon, bake or grill it with skim on to retain the oils. Avoid deep frying or cooking it in vegetable oil, which breaks the fats apart. A light coating of olive oil, fresh dill, lemon slices, or garlic keeps the flavor bright and the nutrients intact. And don't overcook it. Dry salmon is a sign the omega-3s are gone. When done right, it's flaky, moist, and a real gift to your body. Eat it at least once a week, twice if you can. For seniors, it's one of the smartest food choices you can make. Coming up next is the #1 seafood that packs the most omega-3s per ounce, and shockingly, most people ignore it completely. Number 1. Best omega-3 seafood. Herring. This one surprised almost everyone. Herring isn't flashy. It's not trendy. But ounce for ounce, it delivers more usable omega-3s than any other common seafood. Just 3 ounces of Atlantic herring contains over 1,900 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA. That's more than salmon, more than mackerel, and far more than tuna. It's also rich in vitamin D, selenium, B12, and a powerful nutrient called choline, critical for memory, liver health, and cell repair in seniors. In a clinical study published in Lipids in Health and Disease, Older adults who consumed oily fish like herring 3 times per week experienced a 52% increase in plasma DHA levels, a reduction in blood pressure, and a measurable improvement in reaction time and cognitive processing, all within just 12 weeks. Researchers found that herring's specific omega-3 to protein ratio makes it incredibly bioavailable, meaning your body doesn't just absorb the fat, it actually uses it to rebuild cell membranes, reduce inflammation, and support critical organ function. Herring also contains one thing many omega-3 supplements don't: natural antioxidants like astaxanthin and selenium that protect those fats from oxidizing. That means they stay active longer in your bloodstream and do better. But most people avoid herring simply because of the flavor. It's often pickled, salted, or smoked, which changes the texture and intensifies the taste. But the best way to eat it for omega-3 benefit is gently grilled, poached, or pan-seared in olive oil. Avoid versions preserved in vinegar, cream, or sugary sauces. Those additives cancel out the anti-inflammatory effects. If you're serious about boosting your brain, fighting joint pain, and lowering heart risk after 60, herring is the top omega-3 fish to add to your plate. It's cheaper than salmon, more potent than tuna, and safer than swordfish or king mackerel. And now that you know the best, it's time to flip the script. Because some seafoods, the ones many seniors rely on, do almost nothing for your body. And they could be draining your health one bite at a time. Let's start with the first silent offender. Number 4. Seafood that does nothing: tilapia. Tilapia is often marketed as a healthy, lean source of protein. It's cheap, it's mild, and it's everywhere. But when it comes to omega-3 content, tilapia fails completely. A typical 100-gram serving contains less than 200 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined. That's about 1/10 of what you get from herring or salmon. Worse, farmed tilapia, which makes up more than 95% of what's sold, is often raised on corn and soy pellets. That makes its fat profile heavily skewed toward omega-6 fatty acids, which increase inflammation and compete directly with omega-3s in your body. In a paper published in the Journal of the American Dietetic Association, researchers found that farmed tilapia had an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 11:1, far above the ideal 2:1 ratio recommended for reducing inflammation. That means eating tilapia may actually tip your balance in the wrong direction, promoting joint pain, heart issues, and even faster aging of your skin and brain. Tilapia also lacks the rich vitamin content of oily fish. You don't get the brain-boosting B12, the vitamin D, or the selenium your cells need to thrive in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. And because tilapia is so mild in flavor, it's usually fried, breaded, or slathered in sauces, which adds more processed fat and salt. A single fried tilapia fillet at many restaurants can hit 600 calories and over 800 milligrams of sodium, turning a supposedly healthy dish into a nutritional trap. If you love white fish, choose wild cod or haddock. But if you're eating tilapia for the omega-3s, you're wasting your time. Let's move on to the next seafood scam, and this one might be sitting in your freezer right now. Number 3. Seafood that does nothing: fish sticks. They're crunchy, crispy, and they bring back memories. But fish sticks do almost nothing for your omega-3 levels. Most are made from white fish like pollock or haddock, both of which are naturally low in omega-3s to begin with. Then they're breaded, fried, frozen, and reheated. That process strips out most of the natural fats and replaces them with inflammatory oils. In fact, a study in LWT, Food Science and Technology, measured the omega-3 content in various fish products and found that fish sticks contained 70% less EPA and DHA compared to fresh-cooked fish of the same species. And that's if you're lucky. Some brands include barely traceable amounts of omega-3s and compensate by boosting the protein or fiber on the label. But that doesn't help your heart, your memory, or your joints. What you are getting is a heavy dose of sodium, over 500 milligrams per serving in most frozen fish sticks, and refined carbs from the breading that spike insulin levels. For seniors trying to lower inflammation and stabilize energy, that's the opposite of what you want. Fish sticks are also often cooked in vegetable oil or palm oil at high heat, which not only destroys the remaining omega-3s but creates compounds like acrylamides, chemicals linked to increased cancer risk. And because they're easy to prepare and marketed to kids and busy families, many seniors reach for them as a quick meal option without realizing the nutritional trade-off. The truth? You're eating the ghost of real fish with none of the benefits. If it's in a box, breaded and frozen, it's not helping your omega-3 levels. Number 2. Seafood that does nothing. Imitation crab surimi. You've seen it in sushi, seafood salads, and frozen meal kits. Imitation crab, also called surimi, looks like the real thing, but it's not even close. It's a processed mash of white fish, usually pollock, that's been ground up, bleached, flavored, and reshaped to look like crab. And by the time it hits your plate, most of the original nutrition has been destroyed. A 100-gram serving of imitation crab typically contains less than 50 milligrams of omega-3s. That's about 3% of what you'd get from real crab or sardines. A study published in the Journal of Food Composition and Analysis confirmed that surimi contains less than 10% of the omega-3 content of natural seafood. Even worse, it's full of additives like sugar, sorbitol, monosodium glutamate, MSG, and sodium phosphate, all of which may irritate the digestive system and increase fluid retention. Many seniors who eat imitation crab regularly think they're making a smart seafood choice, but they're actually consuming fish-flavored filler. It has very little nutritional value, no real fat benefit, and plenty of hidden salt and starch. And because imitation crab is typically served cold, in sushi, pasta salads, or prepackaged dishes, it's easy to overconsume without any satiety. That leads to blood sugar spikes, fatigue, and inflammation. Real crab, when wild caught and steamed, is an excellent source of omega-3s and minerals like zinc and selenium. But imitation crab? It's a fake out. A seafood decoy that offers virtually nothing for your brain, your heart, or your joints. And now, we've reached the worst offender. A fish that millions eat weekly thinking it's helping them, but it may actually be pushing them closer to disease. Number 1. Seafood that does nothing. Farmed tilapia. Farmed tilapia is one of the most widely consumed fish in the world. It's cheap, it's available everywhere, and it's often labeled as lean and healthy. But the truth is far more disturbing. Tilapia contains extremely low levels of omega-3s, often less than 150 milligrams per 100-gram serving. That's 1/10 of the amount found in salmon, herring, or mackerel. And worse, its omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is heavily skewed toward inflammation. A paper in the Journal of the American Dietetic Association showed that farm-raised tilapia had an average ratio of 11 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3, meaning every bite feed inflammation instead of fighting it. That ratio matters. Omega-6 fats, especially from corn and soy-based feed, which is what tilapia are raised on, compete with omega-3s in the body. They crowd out the good fats and promote swelling, joint pain, clogged arteries, and even insulin resistance. For seniors dealing with arthritis, heart disease, or cognitive decline, that's a silent health bomb. But it doesn't stop there. Farmed tilapia often contain residues of antibiotics, synthetic hormones, and environmental pollutants due to crowded fish farming conditions in developing countries. Tests by consumer safety organizations have found high levels of banned chemicals, including malachite green, a suspected carcinogen, in imported farmed tilapia. Combine that with the fact that most people fry or grill it with vegetable oil, and you have a recipe for inflammation, not healing. It's also nutritionally empty. Compared to omega-3 rich fish, tilapia has far less vitamin D, B12, and selenium. And the protein, while present, doesn't offset the inflammatory effect of its fat profile. In short, you're eating a food that gives you calories without real benefit. For seniors who think they're protecting their heart or brain by eating tilapia, this is a serious wake-up call. If you're over 60, omega-3s aren't just helpful, they're essential. These powerful fats fight inflammation, protect your heart, boost your brain, ease joint pain, and even improve your sleep. But only if you get them from the right seafood. The best choices? Herring, wild salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These are omega-3 powerhouses backed by real science. Studies show they can raise blood omega-3 levels by over 45%, lower triglycerides, and improve memory by up to 14%. They're also rich in B12, vitamin D, selenium, and other age-defying nutrients. And yes, they're affordable. Even canned sardines or frozen mackerel can work wonders when prepared right, grilled, baked, or pan-seared, not fried. But now you know what to avoid too. Fish sticks, imitation crab, canned tuna in water, and farmed tilapia deliver little or no omega-3 benefit. Some even raise inflammation. They're often packed with salt, additives, and omega-6 fats that do more harm than good. Start small. Swap one meal this week. Add real omega-3s to your plate. Your heart, joints, and brain will thank you fast. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Which seafood shocked you most today? I want to hear it. You're not too old to turn things around. The best time to protect your health is now, and you've just learned exactly how. Share with us your experiences and options in the comment below. Thanks for watching.